Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Saturday and let's get right into the charts as we do have some important things to cover. Right now you can see Bitcoin did kind of front run our order block that we had right here, this fair value gap, and our weekly S1. As you can see, I was expecting for Bitcoin to at least go down and tag the bottom of this order block, which is also that weekly S1 that we had right here. And this is right now sitting at around 62.5 to 63k. But price just went down towards 65, basically the lows of 65k, 65.2 to be exact. But right now Bitcoin as of then is up around 7%. You can see right here we did tag that weekly open level, which is right now acting as resistance, as you can see right here. And this was also that weekly pivot. We did get above that weekly pivot, but as you can see then price very well rejected from that level, and we do not have a candle closure above this level on the hard time frame. As you can see right here, right now we are still trading above the daily open and the Monday low. Of course, we are going to be getting a new Monday range coming into the next week. Basically, we have like 1 day and around 10 hours until we get a new weekly candle open. But you can see right here things are looking very interesting, guys. The weekly RSI right here is hitting basically historic lows. We have not seen a weekly RSI that oversold basically since June of 2022, when we were right here just before, I think it was the Luna crash, or the FTX exchange basically going bankrupt. I do think that once we got right here, then we start having a pump, and then those two catalysts happen. So basically FTX crashed right around here, and we've had Luna also collapse. The stablecoins, if you remember, if you are in the crypto markets from back then, you remember, you know what I'm talking about. So right now things are looking a lot like they did back in 2022, but if we go on the daily time frame, you can see the daily RSI is kind of basically cooled off. We were very oversold right here, also having kind of a bullish divergence, but other than that, on the weekly time frame is my plan for a potential bounce if we remain a weekly candle close above the 200 weekly EMA. So basically above this EMA right here, you can see price right now is just around here. Basically, if we manage to keep the weekly close above it, I do think we might get like 2-3 weeks of bullish price action. Of course, it could also be sideways consolidation, like so, like right here basically where we had that before. But still, this sideways consolidation is giving us some nice moves towards the upside and also towards the downside. You can see right here we had like a range of around 10%. So if we measure 10%, that could take us basically right around the monthly open level for Bitcoin. And then if we go down 10% from there, this is gonna take us down to like 70k again. So very possible for us to create a range like this before the next move, be that to the upside or be that towards the downside again. But of course, since we are right now in that macro downtrend, it is very possible that we go down again. Now looking at the weekly, we are thinking of higher. But looking at the monthly, you can see right here after this basically triple bearish divergence that we had on the monthly time frame, it is very possible that we continue go down. But we've had like 5 monthly bearish candles in a row. which is very rare. You can see even back then we did not have that much red candles basically in the last bear market. So I do think that we are going to see at least 1 or 2 monthly candles like so, basically like right here, or maybe even like right here before the next potential leg towards the downside, or maybe, as everybody says, this was the bottom and then we're gonna see some more raging before we continue the so said super cycle. But other than that, nothing new for today, since it is the weekend and the traditional markets are closed. You can see right here we do have some open interest and some volume coming today, but nothing crazy since it is the weekend. Bitcoin did grab that liquidity, which was sitting like from 69 to all the way like 70 on 71k. Fear and Greed index is above 10. Spot ETFs, we did have a inflow on Friday, so one green day, but BlackRock did sell, as you can see. Along with shorts ratio, we do have more buyers right now, but not much volume, as you can see right here, only like 19.4 billion in longs and 18.79 billion in shorts. So not that much volume, of course, since it is the weekend. Now you can see right here funding rate is positive on most of the major exchanges. On Binance it is negative, and we've had our news for the week. For next week you can see there are a lot of news that could potentially affect the markets. We also do have like FOMC meeting, but that will be like an emergency meeting. I think it's not going to be for a rate cut. The next rate cut is like in a month, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, we do have some more important news. And I do think this covers it for today, guys. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.